Hey, my Legion, how y'all doing today? I'm here today to review a movie called Mad Doctor of Blood Island, made back in 1968, and I've been wanting to see this movie since I saw a photo of it in either a book John let me borrow or a book I read in the library about horror films, or it was either in Fangoria or Famous Monsters of Filmland magazine. And just a photo. It was like photo this monster covered on gore and stuff like that. Well, I mean, I think it was in color or it's in black and white, and it looked really fascinating. It's called Mad Doctor Blood Island. It's a monster on an island. I said, boy, I want to see this. It looked really neat. And of course, I couldn't find it anywhere. First time I ever heard of it. I mean, I didn't go asking a bunch of people, you ever hear this movie? No, 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 no. You know what I mean? I knew not to ask people about it. And then whenever we finally got like a VCR, we were able to rent it at video. I couldn't find any video rental store, and I never brought it up because I just figured people wouldn't know. Or my dad say, "Yeah, people don't care. They ain't gonna help you." That's my dad's advice. Just keep to yourself. That didn't help me at all. And then in the army, I was still looking for it, but I kind of forgot about it. Um, and then I remember I rented something in Fort Detrick, Maryland called Mad Ron's Previews from Hell. At this one video rental store it's on Netflix. I think it's still on Netflix, which it surprised the hell out of me because it's an independent made Langston, PA, a local independent shot on video movie. I was shocked it was on Netflix, and Netflix is like they're not privy to stuff like that anymore. When they used to have some unusual stuff on there, it might still be on there. And I remember I actually watched it again on Netflix. I had it on tape. I had a copy on tape. I just watched it on Netflix, and I'm friends with the guy that starred in it, Nick Petrillo. I can't remember the guy's name. He's a ventriloquist, and his dummy has his own friend thing too. I'm friends with both of them, and I remember reviewing it, and I sent him my review of it and stuff like that. It's another great review from Jason Callan. You know what I mean? And it was cool because I was able to, and I'm friends with some other people on Facebook, like George Stover. I saw his movie Blood Massacre again on YouTube when Dad was still alive. I remember doing a review of that, and I showed it. I sent him the link, and he said he really liked it. I remember Lynn Lowry. I said I sent her the link to. We mentioned her in a review of John and I. Did a 25-minute review of Night of the Living Dead, and it's cool. You're able to be friends with people in the horror community, and then you could maybe, if they're not busy. I mean, sometimes there's people really busy, like Michael Berryman. Finally accept my friend request from law. I mean, you know what I mean? It's cool. You can send them, the film clips and stuff. Well, anyways, in Mad Ron's Previews from Hell, not Mad Dog Morgan, Philip Morris movie that Dennis Hopper was in. No, Mad Ron's Previews from Hell revolves around him and the ventriloquist dummy who's a zombie in this theater, and they show all these horror movies, and then a bunch of zombies come in the theater. And there's a bunch of horror movie trailers, and they show like the classic one, but I mean the more gruesome ones, and they show Mad Doctor on Blood Island. And when I saw that, it looked really cool. But I've seen a lot of movies at that time, renting it from like Spain and stuff like that, around the same like the Paul Nash movies and stuff. And with the way that the movie looked and the way they had like the letters look, it's possible the movie might not be very good. Now I face that. I mean, because some of the Paul Nash movies were boring. So that was it. I still wanted to see the movie. And then I kind of forgot about it. It's like I couldn't find it anywhere. I didn't really search it out because it's like it's possible this might not be very good. So I don't want to. I mean, if I find it on DVD, I don't want to spend a lot of money and stuff like that. And I just kind of forgot about it. I mean, I wanted to see it since '84, and it just forgot about it or whatever in the '80s. And then I was looking through Amazon Prime, and they had it on there. I said, "Oh crap! I won't watch this." I finally watched it, and it's a beautifully restored print. They said 2019, which is a lot. I mean, I maybe when it's restored. I guess it's on Severin Films now. The trilogy. I'm not sure exactly the trilogy though. Um, but this was the most infamous one. I know that. And I finally saw it. Like I said, it was a really cool thing. And right at the very beginning, I think there was something that was edited as a promotional item for the movie The Oath of Green Blood. I guess if you wanted to see the movie back then, you were given like this vial of green blood you're supposed to drink while you're saying the oath. And it's at the very beginning of the movie. I think they had the promoters edited in there. And then the movie starts out, and the movie looks great. I mean, I wish they would fix the audio because there's scenes where they're on the boat at the beginning and the motor drowns out the audio. You can barely hear what they're saying. And then when they go to the island, there's some wind and stuff, and a few scenes you couldn't hear what they're saying. And after that, the audio's fine. But it revolves around this guy wanting to go to this thing. He's a pathologist, and this girl, her dad's there for they never really explained why her dad's there, and she's very attractive. Angelique Pettyjohn or something like that. She has like a Barbara Eden-esque quality to her, in my opinion. And then they have another character. They said that he was there. His dad he was trying to find out stuff about it. He was seeing his mom and find out stuff about his dad that passed away. And then they get to the island, and there's a monster there. And then, I mean, on the Oath of Green Blood, when you drink that vial of green blood, it's supposed to prevent you from turning into a green monster. And then whenever they show the monster, it's very, I mean, because I thought the monster looked really cool as a kid from that one photo. I mean, it was just one photo that made me want to see it. They showed the camera would go in and out, in and out, in and out real fast, and you couldn't see anything. And there might have been a reason behind that, because whenever you finally got to see the monster play, he looked kind of stupid, but I still kind of thought it was neat. And it was probably just a cheap thing of gloves and a headpiece, but I mean, it had like the use of the green and red Technicolor, or green Technicolor thing that really stood out, and the red Technicolor stuff. So I still thought it was neat. And they get to the island and stuff, and they find, and they talk and talk and talk and talk, and there's some nudistry in it somewhat. And then you see that girl that Angela and a nightgown. Oh my God, she looked good. And my dad would like that part. And then just like I remember, I used to order stuff from Shriek Show for media. Was it Media Blasters? Shriek Show, Media Blasters. And they had like the Italian film, like they had one called Delirium. And they knew exactly what they were saying. They said on the back of things, starring this one girl that was known as Italy's version of Dolly Parton. Because, I mean, the independent, I mean, if you're trying to find a distributor for like a horror film or stuff like that, like Don Doler said, you look for beasts, like a monster, blood, and then boobs and stuff, like nudistry. I say nudistry instead of nudity, same thing. Because I'm silly. No, she looked really good, and then there was a little bit of nudity in the monologue, and then you finally you do see blonde a little bit. And they said that scene was not simulated, that her and him making out, but I mean, they didn't show it that much. And there was gore in it, and it creased as the movie went along, which was great. Because 1968, you didn't think they'd cut back on stuff. Or maybe it was a completely uncut print. That's possible, too, because it was restored. Well, anyways, it was you see the monster kill people, but they have the camera flash in that, which is very annoying. I wish they wouldn't have done it. They just show the monster just normal. Anyways, it was only okay for a while. I mean, the story wasn't that interesting. The acting was fine. It wasn't boring or anything like that. It didn't seem like I mean, except for the monster and the Oath of Green Blood and the monster and the going a little bit of nudity. So you see that the blonde girl towards like the last 20 minutes or so. I mean, a little teeny tiny bit, not a lot. It was only okay. It wasn't until like the last 50 minutes when the story really got going. Because the movie's 89 minutes, and it wasn't until like 50 minutes that it started getting going. Because that's like I said, with any type of horror film, I mean, type of movie, it depends on like interesting characters, and and plot and stuff like that and make you really care about stuff like this. I mean, you can have a bunch of gore and stuff. Sometimes it works. I mean, the monster was cool enough, and it wasn't boring, but I mean, it helps so much whenever the story really gets going. And it got better after that. I don't want to give away much more. The fight scenes were silly. Our famous scene when that kid was trying to fight a monster, he went like this. He went behind the monster, went like this a little bit, like tap with his shoulder. It's like, and the monster went whap like that. That was funny. I mean, I liked the movie for what it was. I give it a 7 out of 10. I was gonna give it a 6 out of 10, but when it got better, it was like a 7 out of 10. I think it's, if you like watching these type of movies, I think you'll enjoy it. So I mean, I finally got to see it after all these years. I mean, there's a trilogy. I might look into the other two, but I'm not gonna kill myself. You know, this is the one I really wanted to see. I think they got Twilight people, which I saw. I saw the trailer for that on the Mad Ron thing too. Because he was Mad Ron, he was eating like TV spots for like Blood Eaters, which was later called Toxic Zombies. That's why I saw it. Or like the trailers and stuff. So I mean, this is hopefully a rarely seen gem. Mad Dog Blood Island, not perfect. If the story would have been interesting, really interesting from beginning to end, it would have been better. But I mean, it didn't really get going to like 50 minutes into it. It just relied on the monster and stuff. But they needed to stop doing that, showing it in and out real fast, because it just show the monster normal, you know. So I hope you like this review, everybody. Till next time, please take care of my legion.